All right, welcome back to the drawing tools. All right, I'm going to go through some of the other drawing tools. I'm going to talk first about the rectangle tool. The rectangle tool will create a rectangle or a square based upon the color of your fill and your stroke. So I'm just going to set back to the default. Maybe make the interior a nice bright color. Okay. You simply just click and drag to create a shape. And of course, you can come over to the property panel and change all your settings, your stroke size, your stroke weight, all sorts of different things. But essentially, it's just click and drag, click and drag, click and drag. And if you want a perfect square, hold down the Shift key. Okay. Remember how lines act? Well, lines and fills play nicely together too. You can get your selection tool, V on the keyboard, and start pulling and pushing points, right? To adjust your shapes. And that's really handy. You can do a lot of neat things with that. The other thing you can do is you can use your Alt key to add points. So Alt, and you can pull points. Now, if you Alt a straight side, you'll get an angle. If you Alt a curve, it'll give you two curves, okay, with a sharp point in the middle. All right, so just be aware of that. Also, lines and fills aren't automatically connected like they would be in Illustrator, for example. So if you click the interior shape, you can just pull it right out of there. Use it separately, delete it, whatever you need to do. Okay. When you put fills over a line, deselect, it will cut them. When you put a line, when you put a line over a fill, it will cut them. So just be aware of what's happening. So not it's kind of connected, but it's not connected as well. So it's connected when the shape is complete and full, but it's also not connected in the sense that you can select the separate parts and pull it apart. And that's really useful for some stuff. All right. If you hold down the rectangle tool, you'll see there's other tools. I don't use the primitives, so the rectangle and the oval primitive, don't worry about those. Don't use them. They're not useful. Be careful that you're not accidentally selecting those because it will not do what you want it to do. All right, same thing. Click and drag to create your oval. Okay, and hold down Shift for a perfect circle. Okay. Polystar tool is a little different, way at the bottom. Polystar tool, the only thing you need to be aware of is when you're going to draw with the Polystar tool, it'll default to whatever it is. It doesn't normally default to star. I changed it. It'll default to polygon, 5 sides, which is a pentagon, right? Okay, and then over here in the tool options, you'll change. You'll either change the number of sides if you need a rectangle, 3. Okay, and if you need a star, obviously you'll come in here and you'll choose your number of stars. Okay, like that. All right, there is the Polystar, the oval tool, and the rectangle tool. Next, we'll dive into looking at the classic brush, then the eraser, because they're linked in how they work. And then we'll do some of the selection stuff on how to manipulate some graphics. All right, see you next time.